Welcome to my Big IP Load Balancer training series. My name is Trevor, and I am the trainer for this video. The topic for this video is session persistence. We'll discuss what is session persistence, and what are the main different types of session persistence. We'll also discuss how do the different types of session persistence operate within the Big IP. Let's begin. Session persistence. Load balancers have the ability to retain session persistence. Session persistence is when the load balancer tracks and stores session data, such as the individual pool member that was selected to receive the client request. The primary reason for tracking and storing session data is to ensure that the client requests are directed to the same pool member throughout the life of a session or during subsequent sessions. Certain situations and exchanges between a client on the internet and a server application require the entire session to be sent to the same server resource, such as when a customer is adding items to their shopping cart to check out on a website. There would be a direct business impact if this feature did not function correctly. When session persistence is utilized, it allows returning clients to bypass load balancing and instead directly go to their last connected pool member they were originally load balanced to. This allows them to access their saved information that exists on only that single server. Session persistence not only tracks the destination pool member, but also user preferences and saved login information. The two primary types of session persistence are cookie persistence and source IP persistence. When using cookie persistence, an HTTP cookie is created, inserted into an HTTP response header, and then stored on the client's computer to allow them to reconnect to the same pool member they were originally load balanced to when they first visited the website. Cookie persistence is useful when only one client requires persistence. There is no cookie persistence table because the cookie is not locally stored on the load balancer. Instead, the pool member value is encoded and stored in the cookie that the client saves at the beginning of the session. Cookie persistence does not function on HTTPS sessions if the load balancer is not configured to SSL terminate the traffic. SSL termination means that the load balancer has the SSL certain key and has the capability to encrypt and decrypt traffic. Source IP persistence, also known as source address affinity, supports TCP and UDP protocols and is a simple solution for persistence. Source IP persistence works for situations when the SSL certificate and key are not present and a cookie cannot be injected into the HTTP header. Source IP persistence can potentially cause load imbalance on the pool members. This is due to many clients being natted out as the same single IP address. To the load balancer, all connection streams coming from that single IP address is one user. However, in reality, those connection streams could really be coming from hundreds of users. Load balancers keep session data for a specific amount of time before discarding it. Both the Big IP and ADX store cookie persistence by default for the lifetime of the session. That means that when the browser is closed, the session is ended and the cookie is discarded from the client's browser. The Big IP stores source IP persistence entries for a default time of 180 seconds or 3 minutes. All of these values can be modified from the default state by configuring it to do so.